The job took like another hour, and yeah, it's all perfect now really. So quite happy. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another one of my modifications. So today I'm going to be doing an interior mod because, as you know, I'm basically done with the exterior ones. So it's about doing the right ones, I guess. And this one, I've been thinking about it for a while. I thought to myself, you know what, is it actually necessary for the amount of money you're spending? And then luckily I found a way around it. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so I was actually a bit too excited when I got home and kind of unwrapped it already. And it's actually in pretty good quality for a used part, and it's actually the LCI instrument cluster. So this is from a 2018 240i, I believe, or like a normal 2 series, but it's the LCI cluster, so it's got the LED light ups. And yeah, and I'm actually kind of happy that I got it now. Let me just give you a little bit of background on what made me go for it and why I got it. So the cluster I have right now with the Pro Nav, it's got the shorter middle bit. I wanted the digital speedo to be a little bit bigger. I think that's the main reason why I went for the LCI cluster. So yeah, and you know what, I found a really cheap way of getting this mod. So initially I asked someone on Facebook who was going to supply a new part and code it for me for about £900, and yeah, I was not willing to do this. I can spend £900 on so many other mods, so many more useful mods. This was something I just wanted to do to make my car feel a bit more up to date. So in terms of price, I got this off a salvage car parts website for about £330. So it is a used part taken off a written off car, so that's why the price was quite cheap. And having a quick look over it, it's actually in pretty good condition. It's when you face it to the light, you can see a few swirl marks here and there, as you do with a used part, but it's actually in tip-top condition. So I'm pretty happy with the buy actually. Okay, so the installation process is actually really easy and doesn't really require much, but what you need to do is you need to code it into your car. And as you know, I only do simple coding, so I've hit up Define Coding again, and he sent me over a cable. As we're in a lockdown, trying to reduce the amount of contact between people and that, plus remote coding just makes life easier. So I've been waiting for this since last week actually, and yeah, it came today, so can't wait to put it in actually. So let's get straight into the install. Alright guys, it's been a couple of days since the intro was filmed, purely because Define Coding couldn't fit me into his schedule. I'm going to do the quick install and then wait for him to come on remotely and do the coding and then talk you through what he's doing. One of the comments from my previous videos was that I didn't have a socket wrench. Well, now I have one, so there you go. And this should hopefully make the job a lot easier. I've got my GoPro over here filming a little bit more of a point of view kind of thing. So here we have two T20s that we need to remove, and then it's basically just a plug and play. So let's get into it. Can't lie, I can't see anything because the sun's decided to come out. So let's see, is that doing anything? I really can't see what I'm doing here. Just a bit more. Hopefully you can see this on the GoPro. Just got to make sure you don't drop it or catch it when you do drop it. Okay, so now that's done. One thing I forgot to mention was make sure you push down the steering wheel as low as you can and as out as you can. Should make it easier to pull out the cluster. And now the next struggle is to get this damn thing out. Should have probably brought a trim tool with me. And there goes the wipers. Why is my car even on? Right. Definitely do need a trim tool. Oh no, I don't. So just gently tug. Ah, there we go. Simples. Oh, there's a couple of clips here. So hopefully you can see this on one of these. So there's 4 clips that you need to look at, unhook, and then there's a couple of wires at the back that I have no visibility of at all. So push down on that tab and try to pull it out. Should be coming out. I have no clue why it's not. There we go, first one's out. And now for the second one, push down and just getting the angle really. I don't want to break the tab, so there we go. It's actually quite easy to pull it off. And there comes the old cluster. So it's a bit fiddly. Just make sure you pull it out to the side as you saw, and you can actually just, so the tabs here, hopefully you can see on the GoPro. So push down on this tab there, and also a tab to the side here. So the new cluster, there we go. You can see the input there, and the old cluster, it's exactly the same. Hopefully you can see that. So like I said, it's just a plug and play, so I'm going to try do it to the opposite way I took it around. So let's pull the wires in together. Should have probably done this one first, in all honesty, because now I'm having a bit of trouble squeezing it out. Make sure you push down on the tab, and there it goes. That looks pretty perfect to me. Try pulling down on it, nothing's coming out. Simples. And the good sign is the light just came up on this, so that shows it's definitely plugged in correctly. Now just before I put this back, I'm going to make sure the wires are correctly in here. Okay, secured tightly so it doesn't get in the way of anything. Shouldn't do. And then just pop it back in the same way I took it out. So there we go. So in she goes. Looks pretty perfect to me, really. Okay, it looks like it's clipped in. Perfect. Easy peasy. Okay. Right. So that's in. What I've realized from this video is that my interior of the car is absolutely filthy and I need to give it a nice clean. Right, so the instrument cluster's in. We'll secure the you know, it's popping up, as you can see, the lighting from the GoPro. So, you know, obviously it needs to be coded, which is probably why it's saying parking brake failure. So I'm not actually going to put the T20s in just yet, because like I said, there is about another 20 minutes till Define Coding remotely logs in and starts doing his coding. So in case this cluster isn't virginized already, I'm going to just leave it like this for now, so I can put my old cluster back on when I need to. So yeah, I'll see you guys in about 20 or 30 minutes. Alright, so guys, came across a bit of a problem. Long story short, the instrument cluster that I got, because it's a used one, it had the data of the previous car and its VIN code and all that nonsense. So what you need to do if you get a used instrument cluster is virginize it. Basically means wiping all of the data from the previous car so you can put it onto yours. So I knew Define Coding couldn't do the virginizing part of it, you could only code it in. So and I wanted it fitted quite quickly really. So yeah, I was lucky enough to find someone who was willing to, you know, virginize it and code it in for me within short notice. So I had to check it down to Tilbury, got there and back within 2 hours. The job took like another hour, and yeah, it's all perfect now really. So quite happy. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So as you can see, there's no coding errors or anything of that sort. Everything's pretty much perfect. I don't know why it's not focusing. But yeah, everything's perfect. No coding errors. And just what I wanted. LCI cluster fitted. It's got my original mileage. Yep. The reason you need to virginize it is for the mileage and all that information, because if you don't virginize it, and I think it's something to do with like mileage tampering and all that nonsense. Didn't really get into much detail, but so yeah guys, that was the issue. I'm just glad it's all over now, and it's done, it's fitted, no issues at all. Really simple installation. You just have to make sure the cluster's, you know, virginized, and then you get someone to code it in for you. Pretty simple job really. The main reason I wanted this cluster was because of the digital speedo. I've got to code that back in, and yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's not a difficult install, but I definitely think it's one that's worth it. So if you can find a used cluster, get it and then virginize it, you'll save yourself a fair bit of money, I'd say. Already hit 300 subs, so help me get to that 400 and the 500 and soon 1k. So make sure you like, comment and subscribe, do the usual thing, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.